We start tonight with breaking news. Rochester's 21st homicide of the year is now under investigation. Police say one man is dead, and now they're working to figure out how he was killed and who did it. It happened around 8:30 tonight at the corner of Clifford Avenue and North Goodman Street, where traffic is shut down tonight. That's where we will find Stephanie Robusto live. Stephanie, police say this isn't even a shooting, right?
Exactly, Casey. They're saying that the man was not shot, but they're trying to determine the exact cause of his critical injuries. What they know so far is that there was a fight here on North Goodman Street. We are closer to the Keller Street intersection, but a little bit further down is where Clifford intersection is to North Goodman. That's more of the core of this active case right now. That is where they say a fight occurred around 8:30 this evening, leaving one man critically injured. Now, officers patrolling this area were actually driving through that intersection when the call for help came through. They found a man in the middle of the street and quickly contained witnesses here on scene. Police are not ready to release information into suspects, but tell us there are more than a dozen people they are questioning and video they are going through right now. First responders were quickly on scene and tried to render CPR, but there was little they could do.
As a result of the victim's injuries, there wasn't much they could do there. Medical was on scene rather quickly. It was a very chaotic scene. It's obviously a very busy intersection.
And it remains a busy intersection tonight, even as police have this area roped off. You need to remember, in this area, it will be shut down for a few more hours as the major crimes unit is out here processing the scene and continuing to question those witnesses. Again, they do not believe the man was shot, but is working with the hospital to determine his exact cause of death.
Thanks, Stephanie. This homicide happened just one day after the mayor and police chief hit the streets in an effort to reduce violence in the city. There have been a string of fatal shootings in the last few weeks. Mayor Lovely Warren is asking that people take time to pray for the city and focus on conflict resolution.
Peace is easy. Having compassion is easy. It's not hard. It's not hard work. Conflict resolution is easy. We don't want to stand and have to support another mother that has lost her son, or another father that has lost his daughter, or another child that has lost their loved one. We've had too many of them.
Also breaking tonight, the Rochester running community is mourning a big loss. Kevin Klinefelter, pace leader for the Fleet Feet Half Marathon, has died. A spokeswoman for Fleet Feet posted on Facebook saying Klinefelter died after a cardiac event. He was taken to the hospital during the Shoreline Half Marathon today at Hamlin Beach State Park. We're told he started feeling leg cramps around the 11th mile. Of course, thoughts and prayers are with this family tonight. Now to a developing story. Rochester police are still working on a suspicious death investigation on the northwest side of the city. Police were called to Lakeview Park around 4 this afternoon. A maintenance worker says he smelled something out of the ordinary, so he called 911. When police got there, they found a body in the backyard. Police say that body was just so decomposed, authorities could not tell the gender.
We did discover a body. We do not know how long the body has been there. It's obviously deceased. At this point, we don't know if it's a male or a female. We're treating it as unattended suspicious death at this point in time, and we will not know more until the medical examiner does their investigation. And we do have major crimes coming down here, as we do for most unattended deaths under suspicious circumstances.
The medical examiner came to the scene to pick up that body. The ME will find out who this person is and what caused their death. Tonight, hundreds of people are being evacuated right now in the southern part of the U.S., and it's all because of Tropical Storm Barry. Barry made landfall west of New Orleans earlier today. Now, Barry was originally named a Category 1 hurricane. It has since been downgraded to a tropical storm. Even so, water swallows many streets throughout Louisiana tonight. We spoke to a Holly native. She now lives in Mandeville, which is just north of New Orleans. And even though she's not getting hit as hard as other parts of the state, she is still concerned.
We have a 17-month-old baby. And I mean, I say baby, she's a toddler and stuff, but you know, that definitely has kind of changed the way I think about things too, where I am a little bit more like, we have to think about her, and if it's going to be bad or even just without power, we got to get out.
The rain is expected to get more intense and continue for at least the next 24 hours. There is a shelter-in-place order for the city of New Orleans. Now, let's take a look at how that storm could impact our area. News 10 NBC meteorologist Robert Speta, he's keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Barry for us. Robert, what does this mean for our area?
Well, Casey, eventually this is going to influence. Now, we're not going to be directly impacted by this tropical storm, but it is going to, influence our atmosphere, making it much more tropical by the mid and latter part of next week.
Thanks, Robert. New at 11, there's a lot of damage to a grease business after a fire earlier today. It happened just before 7 tonight at the all-natural wood furniture store on Stone Road. Firefighters say the business was closed at the time, but a security alarm notified the owners. Officials say the inside of the building has significant damage, but it is still structurally stable. No one was hurt in that fire, and investigators are still working to find out what caused it. And still ahead on News 10 NBC, Rochester police are investigating after a car ended up on its roof. There it is right there. We'll tell you who was driving and if they're hurt. That's coming up after the break. A parent and family is without a home tonight after a garage went up in flames. Deputies say it happened a little after 3 o'clock this morning on Farmview Lane. Here's a map of that location. There were 3 people inside of the home at the time, but they all got out right away after they smelled smoke. When fire crews arrived, the flames had already spread to the home. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused that fire, but we do know none of the people inside were injured. We are told that they are staying with a family member tonight. New at 11, police are working to figure out what caused a rollover crash in Rochester this morning. It happened on Chilai Avenue near Driving Park just before 11 o'clock. The video shows the car is completely flipped over. You see it right there. Police say a woman hit a parked car, causing her car to roll over to its roof. She was alone in the car at the time. Police say the driver only has a small cut on her leg. Wow. Police say she was not ticketed for that crash.